From our Toronto studios, this is the Muslim News on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aylia Batool. Our top story for today, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is set to reintroduce family detention for migrants with children. The border advisor of the new Trump administration, Tom Homan, told the Washington Post he intends to construct family detention facilities. He said under the Trump administration, families detained together would be deported together. He acknowledged the government cannot remove children who are U.S. citizens. The policy will give a choice to parents to decide whether they would split up the family. The Biden administration ended family detention in 2021. Universities across the U.S. are urging international students to return early amid fears of potential travel bans under President-elect Donald Trump. Institutions like New York University, Cornell, and the University of Southern California are advising students on winter break to re-enter the country before January 20th's inauguration. They are citing concerns of visa and travel restrictions. Cornell University warned a travel ban targeting countries listed during Trump's first term, including Iran, Syria, and Somalia, could take effect soon. Additional countries such as China and India may also face restrictions. During his campaign, Trump pledged stricter immigration measures, similar to his earlier ban on Muslim-majority nations, which left thousands stranded. The U.S. hosts more than 1.1 million international students, with Indian and Chinese students forming the majority. Universities are urging students to consult advisors about travel plans to avoid disruptions as Trump prepares to take office. The Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, has advised students and families against applying to 14 universities, labeling them as institutions of particular concern. The advocacy group listed these institutions for allegedly mistreating those opposing genocide in Palestine. The advisory follows CAIR's Unhostile Campus campaign, launched to protect free speech and academic freedom for students and staff opposing violence in Gaza. The institutions, including George Washington University, University of California, Los Angeles, and Columbia University, reportedly target anti-genocide voices and student protesters. Corey Saylor, CAIR's research director, urged students to prioritize inclusivity when selecting universities, emphasizing the need for academic environments free from discrimination. CAIR recommends thorough research into campus policies and encourages current students to advocate for equity and inclusion. Incidents of harassment can be reported to CAIR for investigation. For a complete list of the institutions flagged, visit Islamophobia.org. A new poll reveals 2/3 of Americans are limiting political news consumption due to overload. The trend is particularly notable among Democrats, with 7 out of 10 stepping back, compared to 6 out of 10 Republicans and independents. The poll conducted by the Associated Press, NORC Center for Public Affairs Research, said the television networks have felt the shift. MSNBC's primetime ratings plunged 54% post-election, while CNN's fell 45%. Meanwhile, Fox News, favored by Trump supporters, saw a 13% rise in viewership. Experts note these fluctuations align with partisan audience behavior after elections. The survey also highlights growing disapproval of political commentary from celebrities and large companies, reflecting public fatigue. Amid these trends, some are turning to alternative platforms like YouTube for news. Networks like MSNBC face challenges from cord-cutting trends and upcoming corporate changes, raising questions about their future strategies in a shifting media landscape. UN warns of legal action against the US and Germany over Israel weapons supply. Details come after the break. Stay tuned and we will be right back.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to this Hijabi Life. Today we've been talking to Michaela Corning, who is the creator of her own fashion brand, as well as a space in Seattle, Washington called Baraka Beauty.
I like to say that it's basically an ecosystem because it has a little bit of everything that Muslim women need.
I love the idea of this being a community space particularly for women?
I've always been kind of like super motivated, self-starter, and things that definitely lend itself to entrepreneurship. For fashion in America and the Muslim community, we owe a lot to Black Muslims, to be honest. I want to pay homage to that. I'm really focused on sort of cultural fusion, the American Muslim vibe.
I love when I see people are making places where sisterhood can thrive.
Affordable prices, but also not made by slaves. That's the thing.
Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Muslim Network TV.
Welcome back. Legal action could target the US and Germany for supplying 99% of Israel's weapons. Speaking to Anadolu, UN Special Rapporteur Ben Saul revealed 69% of Israel's arms come from the US and 30% from Germany. He said both nations are under obligation as per international law to prevent violations of humanitarian law. Citing the 1949 Geneva Conventions, Saul said these nations play a critical role in fueling Israel's military actions and could face accountability in national or international courts. He highlighted government officials may bear criminal liability for knowingly supplying weapons used in humanitarian law violations. Saul describes the Gaza war as unprecedented, with catastrophic humanitarian conditions and attacks on UN aid agencies. He also noted the ICJ's warning of a genocide risk in Gaza. He stresses arms exports violating international law could prompt sanctions and condemnation through the UN General Assembly. Israeli forces targeted a live broadcasting vehicle belonging to Al-Quds Al-Yom television, killing 5 journalists in Gaza. The vehicle, stationed at the Nusayrat refugee camp, was destroyed, silencing the voices of those who dedicated their lives to documenting the truth. At Al-Ouda Hospital in Gaza City, the families of the victims gathered to mourn their loss. Among the slain are prominent photojournalist Ayman Al-Jaddi and journalist Faisal Abu Al-Qumsan, Ibrahim Sheikh Ali, Muhammad Al-Lada, and Fadi Hasuna. These men were the voices of a besieged community, risking their lives to tell the world what's happening on the ground. This latest attack underscores the ongoing violence in Gaza and raises serious concerns about the safety of media professionals and press freedoms in the region. Israeli forces have killed 50 Palestinians and injured 98 others in multiple strikes in Gaza within the last 24 hours. Among the casualties are 5 medical staff killed near Kamal Adwan Hospital in northern Gaza. The situation at the hospital escalated when Israeli troops raided the facility on Friday, setting parts of it ablaze. They forced nearly 75 patients, including intensive care cases, to evacuate. Eyewitness accounts and video evidence show tanks surrounding the hospital. Videos accessed by the Middle East Monitor shows medics and patients stripped to their underwear forcibly marched to an unknown location. Several critically ill patients have reportedly died in the ensuing chaos. Medical sources confirmed flames engulfed key departments, including surgery, emergency, and maintenance. Hospital director Hussam Abu Safia was threatened with arrest if the evacuation was not complete. Meanwhile, overnight strikes in Gaza City killed 9 people, while another attack on the Sheikh Radwan area killed 15, including displaced families. A 4th infant reportedly succumbed to extreme cold, as hundreds of thousands remain homeless in flimsy tents. 8 Palestinians were killed in the Zaytun neighborhood on Thursday evening. Footage from the neighborhood shows destroyed and collapsed buildings. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 45,436 Palestinians and wounded 108,038 since October 7, 2023. On November 21st, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza. Israel also faces a genocide case at the International Court of Justice for its deadly war on Gaza. Israeli airstrikes hit Sana'a International Airport on Thursday, killing 2 employees and injuring a UN plane crew member, the Houthi group said. The plane was transporting WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, who confirmed being near the bombed airport facilities. The strikes also targeted Al Hudaydah port, marking an intensification of Israeli operations. Israeli officials suggested this could signal the beginning of a larger campaign against the Houthis. Israel is in ongoing discussions with the US about a possible major offensive. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warns the Houthis of severe consequences as the group continues to attack Israeli targets in solidarity with Gaza. The strikes involving Israel, the US, and the UK have heightened fears of a broader regional war. Senior Azerbaijani officials have confirmed media reports suggesting an Azerbaijan Airlines plane crash was caused by a Russian missile system. The plane crashed near the Kazakh city of Akto on Wednesday. Azerbaijani media, citing government sources, reported preliminary results showed the plane was attacked by a Pantsir missile system as it approached the city of Grozny. According to the report, the aircraft's communication system was paralyzed due to the use of Russian electronic warfare systems. It resulted in the plane disappearing from radars while in Russian airspace. According to Kazakh officials, 38 people were killed in the crash of the Embraer 190 aircraft, while 29 others survived. Earlier, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov refused to comment on media reports, claiming the plane crash was the result of an attack. Peskov urged everyone to wait until the investigation is concluded. Bangladesh has declared it no longer will allow additional Rohingya refugees into the country, citing a surge of 60,000 arrivals over the past 2 years. Home Affairs Advisor retired Lieutenant General Jahangir Alam Chaudhry said Bangladesh no longer will allow any more Rohingya to enter under any circumstances. With more than 1.2 million Rohingya already in camps in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh faces mounting pressure. Chaudhry highlighted the Myanmar border is under the control of the Arakan army, complicated formal communication and efforts to resolve the crisis. Also, 28 Rohingya organizations have called on the Arakan army to uphold the rights of minorities in Rakhine State, where conflict continues. They demanded justice, equality, and peaceful coexistence for all ethnic and religious groups. Bangladesh reaffirmed its commitment to resolving the crisis, but ruled out accepting further entries to ease its burden. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope has revolutionized people's understanding of the cosmos over the last 3 years. Since its 2021 launch, JWST has captured stunning images of distant galaxies, uncovering secrets of the universe's early days. The telescope's discoveries include the JADES GS Z14O galaxy, formed just 300 million years after the Big Bang. It also discovered Earendel, a star twice as hot and 1 million times brighter than the sun. Using its near-infrared spectrometer, JWST revealed unusual chemical compositions in early galaxies, including high nitrogen and carbon levels. The telescope also detected faint galaxies that illuminated the universe's cosmic dark ages and identified red dots linked to supermassive black holes. Furthermore, JWST found ancient galactic corpses that challenge existing galaxy formation theories, pushing scientists to reconsider the role of dark matter. That's all from our Toronto studios. Thank you for watching Muslim News. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum.